buy here for TSM, and they decide to continue to pressure mid. Smoke goes down on short to allow them to get control of mid with 2 players here, TSM, and they're going for the boost. Oh, this is so sick. Device. He's expecting the push from Flush on short, but JW's waiting in the window right now. JW isn't going to peek, though. It just so happens that he spots Device, though. Drops him down to 14 HP.
And grenade follow-up. Cole comes in and Flush is like, yeah, I'll get an extra kill with the grenade, no problem. Nice communication. And you can tell the cooldown between the call being made and the grenade coming out is almost not there. Fnatic just, you know, we referred to it yesterday, I think it's the Fnatic hive mind, right? They don't even have to communicate that much, it just happens instinctively almost.
I heard a shot at this angle. I know exactly what to do here.
Such a great play from TSM though, like that boost is a really great idea. I mean, JW had been playing in the middle like he does a lot of the time. He would have gone down immediately.
They're going to set up for the A site now, TSM. They still have a single smoke. Molotov, there's a flash. Not effective, but Krim somehow makes it work. Trades 1 for 1. Maintains that man advantage for his team. And we do have Dupree out on the bomb site itself. He's trying to hold the line here, allowing for this bomb to get through, but JW catching them as they round the corner. Cage and B trades 1 for 1 there. But Pronax is back into it. It's just a man advantage. Fnatic just keep throwing bodies, essentially, on that bomb site until TSM are wiped out. No luck at all for TSM. In where JW was positioned, they weren't able to get the free kill and catch JW off guard early. And then when they actually tried to get onto that bomb site, every time Fnatic traded effectively. So, Krim's really just no luck, basically. If he manages to get that flash off and Pit and flashes both of them, he could just completely turn everything around. But he gets that last headshot, basically, before he gets caught.
JW with 11-1 and Flusher with 15-2. Just like a ridiculous scoreline in both. And that's some next level stuff. That's JW trying to body block the smoke that goes into window, and you can do that. Very, very cool. First time I ever saw anyone try was Markolov doing it, but it's not easy. And Dupree already tagged up. Sipnik's going to go down, but will be traded swiftly for Krims, who has been doing quite well as well. Carrigan will be dropping Flusher as the top fragger, and now it's a 4v3. And TSM have to win this round. For confidence and for every other reason. They got to get back in this game and put a stop to Fnatic, even though it's not easy, obviously. Dupree smoked out a connector. Bomb ticking away here, and Carrigan going to come down. Coming into short. Dupree sprays, but not going to make it work. What a great retake here. Fnatic are just... they're really, really angry, aren't they?
They are now focused completely like lasers. Apparently that talk that they had during the break between maps, whatever they said, it was what was necessary for them to actually completely turn around their mindsets, because now they're landing the shots. Now, what wasn't possible on Cobble for this team, to essentially win the duels, like flat out didn't matter about strategy, just land the headshots. They weren't capable of that on Cobblestone. All of a sudden, like you said, you're pointing it out, 15-0-3 for Flusha on Mirage. This is an insane scoreline to have by 10 rounds into the half. And it's going to be another bye coming up now for TSM, going into the 10th round here, 9-0 for Fnatic, and it will be that A smoke round. That's it. They're like, okay, we're done with mid. We don't want to mess with JW anymore. We're just going to go for a straight-up execute onto the A side.
Good grenade coming out from Fnatic, though. A massive amount of damage, but TSM out there getting the kills here. Sipnik and Dupree picking up 2, and JW is very, very low on health, hiding in the smoke right next to it here. Going to get blown up. Nice grenade from Device here. So now it's a 3v2, another round that TSM realistically should win. There's been a couple already, and then they've just been shut down. Double grenade in the back. It's going to drop Cajun B. Pronax trying to make his way up the stairwell, but Dupree's going to take down his teammate, and now 1v1. Dupree with a double kill, and he's going to clutch it at the end as well for the triple. And that's the first round for TSM, finally. That was a long time coming.
And that is going to mean a lot, basically. It is possible. It's not ideal for TSM. They didn't keep that many people alive, of course. A 1v1 clutch, I mean, that's how close it has to be for them to get on the board here. How ridiculous does it get? But unless he managed to save an AWP here, which would be a big save, yeah, they're not going to have that much money going into this next round, TSM. So it's going to be more hard work ahead. It doesn't get any easier, but they want to reproduce, well, a similar strategy. They're going to go to A again, all 5. Again, not showing anybody in mid. This time around, it's going to come cascading out of the bounce, out of the balcony, straight onto that A site, and Krims gets shot in the back, but not before he doesn't take out Carrigan there.
Oh, and Olofmeister caught with a grenade in hand. He's going to get dropped as well. JW angrily firing a couple of shots through as he's running away. Coming up from behind, though, Flusher, but JW's going to go down to the 3. He will almost escape. That was close. And Flusher, I think he got spotted as well. Yeah, Device. He sees it coming. Bomb ticking. And an easy kill for Cajun there. They knew that he was already there. Pronax going to be running away. There is an AWP up here, so he's going to want to pick that up and run, if that's all possible.
When does he survive this? It seems like... No, Zipnik's okay. Thought perhaps that he had an inkling that Pronax might be hanging around. He decides to hang back. They're not going to hunt too aggressively here at TSM. Like we said, they don't really have the money. Unfortunately for them, Pronax finds the AWP, so they're going to save that for JW in the next round. Or Olofmeister, both of them are effective with it. Flusher could even use it if you wanted to. Important bit is they saved the op on Fnatic, so that's going to be a big win there for Pronax, him staying alive. At TSM, they want to play safe. They're like, we don't have the money to rebuy these rifles. We can't throw them away hunting this guy. Let's just make sure that we can get a full buy going into the next round. And there we go, a great healthy nade count there for TSM. Going into another key round here. They're not done yet. In the 12th, they finally have 2 rounds on the board here at TSM, and they are linking them together. So it's not over yet. And this time they decide to split it up a little bit more. Going back into the mid, basically. 2 guys through underpass. And 1 up fast on short. That's Kerrigan basically taking point. Flusha is hanging around in ladder room, though.
Opening frag here, Crims. I do like the fact that Pronax is that aggressive up in apartments, but JW gonna miss the smoke a tiny bit and falls back. Gonna take down Kerrigan on short anyway and misses the shot on Zipnik's. So it's gonna be a 3v3. Bomb is about to go down. Olofmeister not waiting for any teammates here, just trying to take the fight, and so did Pronax. He goes down, but Dupree will fall all the way over at A, which means Crims is miles away from the action here. And that will be a big issue now. I don't see how Crims can easily win this 1v2. He's going to walk right in. Now he's spotted. And that makes things a hell of a lot worse. Not going to check for his right. And he goes down. Device with a great pick-off there. And that's going to be TSM now with a little bit of traction here. It's not a lot, but it's starting to get there.
And I'm thinking this is actually the turning point, because Fnatic, I don't think they're going to have enough money for a full buy here. So this might get a little bit tricky for them, because losing 3 rounds consecutively, even if you have big bank, you will burn through it fast if you're buying AWPs, etc. Even if they save the last one. I mean, we were getting that zoom in on Olofmeister, but there we go. I think that they've literally spent everything they have here this round, Fnatic. Just speaks to how well they were doing, though, considering they have enough to buy 4 rounds running and get an AWP for JW here.
Well, I mean, if TSM can repeat what they did last time and get like 13 rounds, then they're at least going to get overtime. I don't think that's going to happen. Like, getting that many rounds is not easy, even against, like, even that you're pretty good like at it like this, but we'll see. They're starting to get back into the mix here. And if Fnatic eco, then suddenly TSM have probably secured 5 rounds here. That'd be interesting. Flusher goes down. Kerrigan, good timing. Device to take down Olofmeister. Crims. Actually, JW steals that kill, and there's Crims picking up the shot onto Cajun. So now will be a 2v2 as they change another couple of kills here. Shot almost dead on through the box. That is so scary.
And it looks like they want to commit as well here. Device and Dupree trying to make the run while the smokes last. Get onto this site if they can. JW looks like he spotted a shoulder there, but he pulls the trigger just a little bit too late. Decides to step up, spots the man on balcony, and Device down to 3 HP. Dupree is going to be the point man here, however, because Device not long for this world. Pronax will hunt him down, and it will be Dupree. Last man alive here in a 1v2, and they've zoned in on him. They know where he is. JW looking to just take the fight. Aggressive misses the no-scope, and Pronax just sticking the defuse, but Dupree will make it here in time. Pulls him off that bomb, takes the kill, and gives TSM a 4th round.
Another clutch.
Another clutch. All of a sudden, they've turned it around. They've gone from losing these clutch situations to winning it, and Fnatic at the finish line, when they're getting towards the end of the half, they can't seem to keep it together.
2 rounds here where Dupree gets 3 kills and ends up with the last to clutch hit. Really important. And now, Fnatic, I mean, they've actually lost like 4 in a row, so that also helps their loss bonus, but it's not enough here. They just do not have the money. Dupree at 10, which is top fragging on his team. Very, very important. If this... Oh, wow, the fire. Catching JW. Fire. If this turns into like a 9-6, then Fnatic are going to be very upset. Olof moving forward. It looks like he's about to catch Zipnik's easy kill, and JW to take down Dupree as well. It could have been a little bit more. They almost lined up, and Flusher comes through. Does manage to get the kill there on Kerrigan, and Dupree does get disconnected, but he was already dead. It's not the end of the world here. Cajun and Device left 2v4. And looks like Fnatic are about to really turn it around on TSM, and that's actually it's gonna be really annoying, isn't it? You're playing against pistols and you end up losing. And that means a fully bought Fnatic as well for the 15th round. When you would have had Fnatic, you know, hurting a little bit, they would have been able to full buy, but now they're really gonna be able to go wild. If they want that Scar 20, all of a sudden the price tag doesn't look that scary. But it's not done yet here. TSM still with 2 players alive.
And there's the pop flash again from Pronax. Checks the apartments, but doesn't see anybody. And unfortunately for him, drops right into Cajun's waiting arms. Except that Cajun wasn't holding out his arms. He lets him fall to his death.
Oh, nice shot from Flusher. That is beautiful. Precision. He finishes it off with a triple. Takes down Cajun as well. That's just some stunning CSET 75 work. The two teams that sort of really built a lot of their foundation on being good with these pistols, not just the CSAT, but also the Tech 9, also the 5.7 for that matter. Just generally good in the light rounds. Obviously, Fnatic and Envy, and yeah, they're showing here how much it matters. Great job on Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, Olafmeister again. I love to see Olafmeister. This is like way back from like LGB. Aggressive push into Palace. This guy loves to get in there, go for the back lines, and he makes it work in that round as well. So we didn't see him. I mean, Flusha hogged the spotlight there at the end, but in a pretty good way. And this might actually be now another pause coming through. Did we see Device get back onto the server? Not Device.
I'm not sure. He's currently, yeah, they currently got their headset off. So
he's not back into the server. Okay, so we'll figure it out if this is just a quick fix or not. But that was some sick work. It's good of you to point out the fact that, you know, they were for quite some time basically the top two at the food chain as far as pistols are concerned. Like Fnatic and Envy, it was like watching a work of art. They were the only two maestros they were able to actually play at that level. And they kind of started the new meta essentially, where it's like buy every round because you're always going to be able to get something out of it. You're just that good with the CZ, that good with the 5.7, with the Tech 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's made such a big difference. A lot of teams have caught up, but when Fnatic are this good at it, it's kind of hard to deal with, isn't it? So what could have been, and maybe should have been, a 9-5 situation is now a 10-4 instead. And the best that TSM can do is try and win it here and see if they can get to 10-5, which I'm not sure is that great, actually. Like, even if I was, you know, saying they got 12 right last time on the CT side, it's unlikely they'll do that again. That is not easy. Yeah, I'd be a bit worried if I was TSM right now, just a bit.
I would too. I mean, that's going to put them up on 10 rounds. They're going to be, like I said, all the money in the world. They have AKs. They have everything that they need, Fnatic, for the last round. So it goes from an easy job there, or at least an even one, now to a bit more of a rough situation here for TSM. And this kind of pause as well. They don't want to give Fnatic time to breathe. They don't want to give Fnatic time to get back into this. And, you know, Pronax, when he starts giggling, he gets that grin going, you know you're in for a rough time, right? You know it's not going to be a good time. Cajun, he's thinking about that right now. He's like, I swear, I saw him in the mirror there. Like, I saw Pronax grin. It's not possible.
Yeah, it looks so innocent and sweet, doesn't it? Really, he's just thinking about all the ways in which he's going to murder you in this game. Just, yeah, you don't think about it. It's like that episode of South Park with the forest critters, like the Christmas critters. That's Pronax, isn't it? It's like, you know, not that big in appearance.
I was just thinking more like Gremlins. Is it Gremlins, right, where you pour water on them, they start out like fluff balls, and then they turn into these horrible monsters? Keep the water away from Pronax.
You know what? I actually thought about that movie recently, and I remember thinking that, like, I thought it was like a scary movie, and when I watch it now, it's like,
really,
this can't be serious. Like, what am I watching?
That's when you realize just how behind everything was.
Yeah, I had to stop again. I couldn't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there was another type movie like that, which was actually called Critters. Have you ever seen that? It's like these weird, like, almost like fur balls, and then they have teeth, and they roll, and then they can, like, roll together, so they can be multiple of them can stack up, and they roll over people, and then they eat them as they roll over them, like, really quickly. It's amazing. Like, am I the only person in the world who's ever seen Critters?
I'm sure you're gonna get some people tweeting at you that, you know, yeah,
please.
Critters, yeah, babe. But I'm sorry, bro, I can't follow you this far.
Okay, well,
I can't follow you into the depths this time.
Okay. I'm waiting for the tweets. I'm counting on you guys that I'm hoping it's actually called Critters, that I'm not just like misremembering that. It's a very long time ago.
I don't even know, man. That just sounds like.
But I think that had something to do with water as well. I think it's when you put water on them, they multiply or something, and then, like, you know. Yeah, I think that's it. It's a long time. I'm sorry.
Take the piranha out of the water?
No. It's like a piranha. It's exactly like that, just on land, and it rolls.
It rolls around like the perfect form of locomotion. Yes. Oh, man, and it's not. I mean, talk about the critters here. This is not going to be good. JW going aggressive in mid as well. No fear, only dreams, and he gets the kill. He survives. Two-man advantage now for Fnatic, and Zipnix, they're just trying to bum rush onto the B side at this point, but Pronax sees them coming, wins the fight versus Device. And that leaves Dupree and Zipnik's last two alive here for TSM in the 15th round, trying to close in. They're waiting for the rotation, but Flush isn't messing around. Takes out one man, and now they've got Zipnik's pinned down behind the truck. Very few options for the man, and it's going to be the bombardment to close it out. So 11-4 at the end of the first half for Fnatic. Excellent work, man. They really turned it around from Cobblestone.
Wonderful. I mean, this really speaks to the level of Fnatic as a championship team in this sense, just because they get crushed on Cobblestone. They were feeling confident. Like, you know, you could tell on their faces what that did to their mentality. They're able to go out, come back in, play a new map, and then it's all turn around. That's so rare. Very cool stuff.
The true champions, or championship mindset, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best in the world for you right here. Being able to reset. And now we go into the second half in Fnatic. We'll see if they can keep all that wind in their sails. That's going to be the question here, because TSM now, they're on the CT side. And they're perfectly capable of shutting Fnatic out the same way that Fnatic just did to them. So we'll see as Kerrigan will spot out the movement top mid, similar to what, actually quite similar to what TSM did in their pistol round. 3 guys to top mid for Fnatic, a 4th one to the bottom, and they want to go straight up connector. It looks like at least Olafmeister's up here, and he's raid boss as well. Kevlar Tech 9 looking for the fight, and Kerrigan cannot survive.
Olaf jumping, shooting here. Dupree. 3 bullets left on Olafmeister, but Dupree's actually going to run from it and takes down Flusher. JW and Olafmeister going to fall as well. It's really working here at Dupree. How did he get that kill on Pronex? And look at that hand movement there. I'm not even sure. I wish we could get an instant replay of that. I want to see what Dupree just did. His reaction, and Olafmeister's in return. The difference with these reactions is amazing. Yeah, he's just like, what?
Disgusted, man. Absolutely.
What a great round. That is funny. And a highly necessary one for TSM. Like, if they lose that, that's it. It's gone. The map is over, and they're going to be moving on. But now we'll have to see if they can put together that legendary, you know, ex-Dignitas, now TSM, rock-solid CT side. That's what they need. Man, get Fetish on the phone right now and have him help out, you know?
Yeah, I think that's why they have Kerrigan on the roster now, man. Oh, okay, so it looks like we have another drop from Dupree this time again, so hopefully this isn't going to slow things up too much. Zipnik's does not look amused at all by this delay. I mean, hell, I don't think anybody would want to sit around after a round like that. That's when you want to just go. You don't let Fnatic recover. You just keep the pressure up, because look at this. All of them, basically, you know, thinking about life. Hands on their hands. I mean, all of them holding their chins, basically pensive, trying to figure out what is going on, what can they do here to turn it around, because they